All right, Nick, let's talk about Alabama football. They continue to look forward to the future. They continue to make big moves towards the future. And I think today is one of the bigger recruits Alabama has gotten for the future of this program.
Yeah, Miles, the Crimson Tide just keep on rolling, whether it's on the field or in the recruiting game. Impressive job, once again by Nick Saban and company. But before we get into that report, Alabama fans, as always, got an interesting question for you guys to answer in the comment section below. This one's a really challenging one. Who is the fastest player in Alabama history? Look, there's two receivers that come to mind off the top of my head, but there's a lot of great names here on this list. Give us the guy you think is the fastest player in Alabama history in the comment section below. But all right, Miles, what you got? What's this latest recruiting update?
Yeah, Nick. So before we get to the recruiting update, I just want to say the way that you get these type of recruits is absolutely by having a elite level 5-star quarterback in the 2024 class. That helps you get guys in the next class, and that is why Alabama was able to go out and get Jamie French, spelled with two F's. I hope that is how you pronounce it. It's really been tripping me up. But Jamie French, 5-star receiver out of Jacksonville, Florida, comes into this class. I think solely because of the talent Alabama has been able to grab, elite level talent at the quarterback position. I think that helps bring in these high level guys. But Nick, before we get into all of that, let's go to the article and read the particulars about everything going on. It says elite 2025 wide receiver Jamie French of Jacksonville, Florida, Mandarin High announced his commitment to Alabama Saturday afternoon. The 6'2", 180-pounder chose the Crimson Tide over Ohio State, Florida State, and others. French ranks as the number 13 player in the On3 industry ranking. He also tabs in as the number 4 wide receiver and the number 3 player in the state of Florida. 3 in Florida is absolutely outstanding with how much talent they have down there. The Sunshine State wide receiver joins coach Nick Saban in the Crimson Tide's top 3 class in 2025 team rankings. He is accompanied by 5-star receiver Ryan Williams and 4-star running back Anthony Rogers. This is, of course, over from Hayes Fawcett at On3 Sports, who has absolutely all of the breaking recruiting news in all of college football. So give him a follow over on Twitter. But Nick, let's get on into this. This is a big pickup from Alabama, but this is just more of the same, and it shows Alabama is back on that elite level, don't you think?
Well, not that they really ever left for long, it seems. But again, we talk about it every time we talk about Alabama. The way you can knock out a team like Alabama is you have to bury them in the recruiting game. But no team can. They're just too darn good at it. And this is further proof of it. And if you look at the 2025 class right now, and again, I know that's 2 years out. We're looking really into the future, but now it's the time where you can start getting some of these commits for future classes now that we're at the end of July. But if you look at that class for Alabama, according to On3, their average score on a scale of 0 to 100, that's how they rate recruits, is right around 93, 94, about 94 if you look at the average of their commits, which includes Ryan Williams, French, Rogers, Mason Short, and Dontrell Glover up to this point. If you extrapolate that out to the entire recruiting class, that 94 average or so would be the number 1 in the country compared to the 2024 rankings. Now, I don't know if Alabama will be able to maintain that pace. A lot of things are going to happen, but that just goes to show that Alabama right now is on pace to have the best recruiting class in terms of quality of player of any team in the country in 2025. I think that's the important shift we're seeing in college football. We're seeing a lot of these programs, certainly early on in these recruiting cycles, going after the elite quality guys. I remember back in the day, these top guys, you never knew where they were going to go. The top 30, 40, 50 players in the country, they didn't commit. They were always uncommitted until usually the day before signing day or something like that. Then some news would break, or they'd wait till the actual moment of signing day with all the hats and all that kind of stuff. That isn't happening as much anymore. If you look at a program like Alabama, they are targeting guys and getting them to commit early in the cycle. And we always talk about this, Mice. Good recruiting begets better recruiting because A players want to play with A players. It makes sense. It's a smart thing to do. Go after the great recruits early on in the cycle, get them to commit, and then leverage those commitments to get even better commitments, focusing on quality over quantity. Texas A&M is a good example of a team that focuses too much on quantity sometimes. We've seen the issues that Jimbo Fisher has had. Hopefully they can turn around for Aggies fans. But if you look at Alabama right now, they're focusing on quality, and it's working out great for them.
Yeah, Nick. And I think this guy adds a lot to this program because Alabama, we said it in our question today, there's a lot of speed on the team, but this guy kind of goes away from the norm. He's a true, like a big body control guy. He has great hands, strong route running, not so much as a burner. Obviously, he's going to Alabama, so he is probably pretty fast. But this guy has a lot of different skill set, and that's why I think he fits into this receiver group going into 2025 so well. I think he has a lot of great pedigree. Obviously, he had a brother, Maurice French, who went to Pittsburgh. He set the single season's reception record there, at 96 receptions in 2019. Went on, bounced around the NFL, is now in the CFL. So there's a lot of talent in this family lineage. They know what they're doing at the wide receiver position. So I think that this guy has someone in his family who can show him what it is like to be at the next level and beyond. And I think that's going to help him in his preparation. He can come in and be a really big contributor day one to this 2025 class.